Very good morning. This is Jyotirmay, Department of Biology. So today we are here with a new topic, transport in animals and in plants. So what is transport? See, generally one person wants to move to the Hyderabad. Then what transportation he chooses? Maybe bus, car, train. If nothing is possible, bicycle. Am I right? So, any one mediator is present here, one vehicle is present to carry person from one place to the another place. Like in our body, in a previous we discussed in a nutrition in animals, glucose, amino acids, fatty acids are carried to different parts of the body. Am I right? At the same, in our next lesson respiration also we have discussed oxygen is carried to the body parts. Am I right? Mean oxygen, whether food items or water, whatever it is may be, to carry from one part of the body to another part of the body, from one cell to another cell. Who will carry here? That is carried by transport system. What is the transport system? What is meant by transportation? And what are the parts of transportive system? And how do they work? Everything we look at in this section now. Okay. So we look at what is transportation. So then first we look at what is transportation. Okay. So look at the transport. It is a life process in which a material absorbing one part of the body of an organism is carried to other parts in its body is called transport. So, what is carried from one part of the body to another part of the body? Why it should be carried? To supply, for the major purpose, to supply. What is to be supplied? Water and oxygen and food. Even not only for the supplying water, oxygen, food, even for elimination of waste from our body, to carry away the wastage from our body also, we require the transportive system. So, to carry away wastage from our body. If something is to be supplied to the body or something is to be eliminated from our body, compulsory we require one system. See, we are taking oxygen and it is utilized, supplied to our body. But after utilization of the oxygen, there is one more material is released called carbon dioxide. It is very harmful to our body. That is to be sent out. So who will send out that? Again, blood carries and sent out that to our nose to outside. Am I right? So something is entered in, something is eliminated out. Whatever entered, what is eliminated, everything is carried by transport system which is present in our body. Then until now you are saying, madam, transportation is nothing but carrying a material from one place to another place. It's a process of carrying material from one to another. So how it is? For example, you are eating food and the food whatever you are eating, it's to be digested. After the digestion, in an assimilation process, the digested food is to be carried by blood vessels throughout the body through blood. Am I right? So who are a carrier here now? Blood is carrier. Who is passing the blood? Blood vessels. From where from heart. Even see oxygen. You are taking oxygen into your body. Am I right? And that oxygen is reached to your lungs. From lungs, it is carried to heart. Again from heart to different parts of the body. Am I right? And after eating, remaining leftover wastage is filtered by kidney. So uric acid is separated from your blood and purified. That uric acid also carried by blood. Even after the breathing, after cellular respiration, the carbon dioxide is also eliminated by blood. So by this way, something is to be provided, something is to be eliminated. Everything depends upon the transportive system. This is a system, only one of the system could able to transport and keeps always our body healthy. So how this system works? What are the parts of this system? We look at. So now we will continue the circulatory system of human. Okay. Transport system of human. So first we will discuss human. Until now, digestive system, our respiratory system, we have discussed from human. Am I right? So now circulatory, even transport system also we look at of human. So transport system is also known circulatory system, which helps with circulation. Got it? So that it is called circulatory system. Transport system is also called circulatory system. So generally, what are the parts present in circulatory system? We already discussed in the first lesson. Cell. All cells group together form tissues. Tissues group together form organs. Organs group together form organs. Organs group together form organ systems. Organ systems group together form an organism. So, circulatory system is also one organ system of our body. Then, what organs are involved in it? Which organs grouped together formed a circulatory system, and what are the parts helpful to carry water, oxygen, air and food, even how they are eliminating wastage from our body by the process of excretion. So which parts are involved? So we look at. So generally the transport system has three major parts in it. The first part, blood. What is the first part? Blood. And the second part, blood vessels. What is the second part? Blood vessels. And the third one, have you seen anywhere this structure? I hope I drew heart. So I'm expecting that it is like a heart. So what is the third one? Heart. generally present in circulatory system. So blood, blood vessels, heart, three together combinedly form circulatory system. Got it? So what are present in one by one? We look at it. So generally, normally here itself I will explain what are present here. Later I'll take one part separately. So generally, blood. If you take blood, you know our body, 70% of our body is made up of water. Then 90% of blood is also made up of water, which containing of some soluble and insoluble components in it. Like whatever the food items you are eating, it is dissolved in blood. So like glucose, amino acids, fatty acids, and whatever you are taking, even water, everything is diluted in blood. So the blood which contains all these components together, dissolved salts and materials together in that present 90% of plasma. And the remaining blood cells. Again, plasma further not classified, but plasma contains three parts in it majorly. Shall I write separately? I will write not separately, mean just I'll take some gap so that you can easily recognize one by one. Okay, just a minute. Plasma has three parts, right? Water, organic components are present and inorganic components are present in it, are diluted in blood. Inorganic components. Madam, what are these organic components and inorganic, madam? Organic means which contains a combination of carbon like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, fatty acids, amino acids and glucose. These all are combined with carbon, right? Those all are called organic components. Then what are inorganic components are diluted? Vitamins and minerals, salts. Got it? So these are the organic, inorganic component with the water combined together frame plasma in blood. Understood? So the second one, blood cells. In blood cells present. What blood cells are present in it? Just look at it. The first one I am taking red blood cells. Red blood cells which are in red in color. The black cells which are in red in color are red blood cells. Why they are in red in color? You know, they are in red in color due to the presence of hemoglobin in it, a pigment present in it. Then second one, white blood cells. In that there is no pigment, no hemoglobin is present, so that the blood cells are in white color. So that they are in white color, that is the reason those cells, blood cells are called white blood cells. So look at it. White blood cells. Here hemoglobin present. And the last and final blood cell is platelets. These are the blood cells. So white blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, These blood cells together combine with the plasma and form blood. Then what about the blood vessels? Blood vessels have majorly two vessels. What are they? Arteries and veins. But here mixed blood capillaries also present where artery and vein is joined. So now look at arteries, veins, arteries and veins. Where these arteries and veins are joined, the area is called mixed blood capillaries. Mixed blood capillaries. So these are the major components of the circulatory system. In circulatory system, what are present? Blood is present, which contains of plasma and blood cells. Plasma again contains water, organic components and inorganic components. Next, blood cells. There are red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets. Next, blood vessels, arteries, veins and mixed blood capillaries present. And the last and final, heart. So we start looking about one by one individually. Got it? And we look at how all together associated and working for our body and how they are transporting materials from one part of our body to another part of our body. From digestive system to different parts, from respiratory system to different parts, from digestive system to different parts. What components are carried? Glucose, fatty acids, amino acids, water, vitamins, minerals are carried. From respiratory system, oxygen is carried and carbon dioxide also passed return to expel out, to send out. Am I right? So how they work, how they associate, one by one we look at. First, I am going to explain you. First I am taking the topic of blood today. Okay. Tomorrow I will go with the blood vessels and the heart. Today only blood. In that I will continue with the plasma and the blood cells. Okay. So look at it. So what is blood? First of all we look at what is blood. Blood is a red color liquid which flows in blood vessels and circulates in our body. So blood is a liquid which flows through blood vessels and circulates throughout of our body. How many times it circulates? You know, blood 6 to 7 times it circulated throughout our body. And how much percentage blood is present in our body? 90%. 90% of our body is made up of blood. Sorry, 90% of blood is made up of water. Got it? And it completely circulates. And it also contains 4 major components. Just before I told you, again one more time. It has with plasma and blood cells. Blood is a red liquid with plasma and blood cells. And what it contains, what the blood contains, it contains a pigment. You know, green leaves have chlorophyll, green color pigment, and like some of the leaves have yellow color pigment called xanthophyll. Like the blood also contains a major pigment called hemoglobin. It has a pigment called hemoglobin, which carries oxygen. What it carries majorly? It carries oxygen in our body. Got it? Generally, this hemoglobin binds with that oxygen and forms oxyhemoglobin. What it forms? Oxyhemoglobin. From where it carries? You know, from our lungs. From our lungs, oxygen is trapped by hemoglobin, which is present in blood. So look at hemoglobin binds with oxygen and forms oxyhemoglobin. Understood? So hemoglobin binds with oxygen and forms what? Oxyhemoglobin, which helps to carry that oxygen to different parts of the body and helps in the production of energy. When energy is produced, then our body parts work. If no energy, no oxygen is carried. So first of all, no hemoglobin, no oxygen is carried. If no oxygen is carried, no energy is produced. No energy is produced, our body parts won't work. So, if your body parts are need to work, supposed to be, you must ensure, your blood must ensure rich hemoglobin, then only it can able to carry oxygen to every part and you get energy. Otherwise, no energy. You become so weak. That's what, see, in people whom the hemoglobin percentage is low, their body activities also be too low. So that doctors suggest them to eat red sorrel like gongura and to take pomegranate, apple, and which contains iron material to be taken. Why iron material? Iron means here the iron which is present for benches, for chairs. That iron? No. So the iron is a component mineral which should be present in food item, like in leafy vegetables, milk, egg, and peanuts, even in jaggery, honey. In that, the iron component is present. That iron component, if you take, then hemoglobin increases. What is the relation with hemoglobin and iron here? Yes, this is a concept we will learn in red blood cells. Okay. So first we look at now plasma. After that we look at the blood cells. So plasma, the first component of the blood I am taking here, plasma. So what is plasma? So first we look at what is plasma, what components are present in a plasma. So plasma, it is a liquid substance present in blood. Got it? So what it is? Liquid substance. It is a liquid part of the blood. Blood is liquid. That liquidness because of the presence of plasma in the blood. Got it? So this is a completely purely liquid part. Generally, how much percentage it is present? You know, What it contains? Majorly, it contains digested food. Digested dissolved food is present in it, and also has eliminating waste materials like urea, carbon dioxide. These are majorly present in plasma. Understood? And this is a plasma. Nowadays, this plasma is being very famous. Wherever you listen, wherever you are in a case of COVID, people are discussing about plasma. Am I right? Plasma therapy. Generally, why plasma is to be taken, Plasma is purely a dissolving material of all substances present in it, as well as antibodies present. Antibodies, which keeps our body always resistant towards diseases, keeps our body healthy, so that in a COVID patient, this plasma is injected. If plasma is injected in them, the antibodies produce, and minimum they can survive for some days and can protect themselves from COVID. It is one of the best therapy. The people, those who are recovered from COVID-19, from them they extract antibodies from their plasma. They donate plasma. Just 25 ml or 50 ml plasma is donated from the COVID-19 recovered patient, and from them the extracted plasma. Then what is this plasma matter? You almost everyone have the doubt, right? Generally, in your blood, this is a plasma is present, is slight yellow and sticky liquid. It is slight yellow sticky liquid which containing of immersed, which contains the immersed blood cells in it. So in it all blood cells are immersed in plasma. So that immersed blood cells, and along with the immersed blood cells, it also has antibodies which protects us from different diseases, from different types of diseases. From the different types of diseases, we are protected by these antibodies. So these antibodies are also generally present in plasma. Plasma is a pale yellow sticky substance. So generally when they are doing a blood test, they extract blood from our body and they add in it a material called heparin. So just now I told you, in plasma all blood cells are immersed. What are present in it? Blood cells are immersed. But these blood cells we can easily separate from plasma because they all are immersed, just that's all. They are floating along with the plasma due to the presence of heparin in it. When this heparin is present, then only the blood cells can be easily separated. If not, blood gets clotted. Generally you see in a diagnostic centers, when they take the blood, they add this heparin to it. So due to the addition of heparin, upper a pale yellow color fluid is deposited and bottom red color cells are deposited. Do you know that upper in a test tube they take blood solution, the bottom becomes the red color cells are deposited, upper pale yellow color is deposited. The pale yellow color one is plasma. Yellow color, pale yellow sticky, that is plasma which contains purely of white blood cells in it. That is taken and injected to the person who is suffering from disease. Got it? Then in them already what cells are present? White blood cells are present, red blood cells are present, platelets are present. So white blood cells are nothing but called the immunity system of our body. when that are injected into the body, the immunity power is increased, then the patient can be recovered from the disease. Got it? And plasma is also contains organic and inorganic substances in it, so that provides proper support to the body to recover easy in manner. Understood? This is about plasma. Then you may get one more doubt. Madam, generally when we take blood out, sometimes it gets clotted. Then when blood gets clotted, I'm taking one more test tube here. I have taken another test tube. In the test tube, I took only the blood. I didn't add heparin to it. Then blood gets clotted. Due to the clotting of blood, around that region, we find a white color fluid called serum. What is the difference between this serum and the plasma? Very simple thing. Serum, after clotting blood, we get the white color fluid, which is again not mixed by the blood. Once the blood is clotted, again it never dilutes with the serum. Once serum is formed, when blood gets clotted, then only we get serum. Serum contains only white blood cells, but plasma contains white blood cells, red blood cells, platelets, and organic, inorganic component with the heparin material. Understood? So that is the difference between plasma and serum. Serum is used, serum therapy is used for in a treatment of Ebola. You know Ebola disease, generally in Africa, people are struggling from Ebola. It's also caused by a virus. For that disease, they make use of serum. Then in a COVID-19 or in AIDS patients, they make use of plasma treatment. Understood? So by this way, plasma, what is a plasma? Simple, in our blood, it's floating. The floating nature and the liquid nature because of the presence of plasma in the blood. And this plasma is 90% contains water and 3.5% contains dissolved salt in it. And majorly what salts are present in it? Majorly in a digested food is present like glucose, amino acids, fatty acids, vitamins and minerals present. And along with that, excessive amino acids turn into urea, uric acid. Urea is present and carbon dioxide, which we take oxygen, and later carbon dioxide is returned. The waste material carbon dioxide also present. And along with that, it also contains all blood cells like red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. This is about plasma. It's a slightly yellow and sticky liquid. It should be remembered in your brain. So in the next further class, we look at about red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets with the blood vessels, arteries and veins. Okay students, I hope today you enjoyed and understood my class. So today I continued with the circulatory system of a human. It is also called transporting system. Generally contains 3 parts in it: blood, blood vessels and heart. We are now discussing about blood. Blood has plasma, blood cells like red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets, and blood vessels like arteries and veins, and heart. So in a further class we look at the remaining parts. Today we discussed only plasma. So I hope you enjoyed, and just students read Lakshmi Singh book. That is 2 lessons. This lesson is not from State Board. Don't search in a State Board. You won't find it State Board. This is I'm purely explaining from Lakshmi Singh book, from Lakshmi Singh. The lesson chapter number 11 and the page number 169. Page number 169. Today I explained from page number 169 and 170. 169 and 170. Only 2 pages I explained. Tomorrow, for the next class, I'll explain you the remaining parts. Okay.